It's a great chance to thank them. There is something you can do that when done regularly will increase employee engagement, boost employee morale and productivity, and will likely become your favorite part of the week. That is the one-on-one meeting. Here today we're going to discuss what are one-on-one meetings, how do you do them, and what are some common mistakes that you can run into along the way. My name is Jordan. I've been working in retail for over 20 years, and I'm just here to share my experiences along the way, things I've learned with you. So let's get into it. One-on-one meetings are called by the manager, but for the associate. So the meeting is very driven by what the associate wants to talk about. I usually schedule mine for about 15 minutes. I might go into 20 sometimes, but usually they're about 15 minutes long in my experience to try to fit them in. They're more formal than like a chat, but they're less formal than a performance review. They still have some structure to them, maybe a bit of an agenda. I know what you might be thinking. Jordan, I work in retail. I don't have time for this. And I hear you. I really, really do. Time is so tough in retail. But I encourage you to find the time. If you have 8 people on your team, maybe you can do 2 meetings a week, 15 minutes each. And then over the month, you'll have gotten through your team over that month, and then you cycle again through the next month. So really try if you can, and some is better than none. If you can't get it done every month, whatever you can do is better than none. Also, maybe you have some sub-managers, so maybe you can delegate this to them as well. That can help you work through your team, teach them how to do these meetings, and then they can funnel that information back up to you. That's another option as well. So how do you do these meetings? Well, first of all, I start with a wellness check. So I check in with how they are doing. Mental health is such a big thing these days that I really, want to know how they are doing. How's their family? How's their physical health? Is there anything kind of on their mind? So yeah, I start with that. And that might take up the whole meeting. If there's something going on, and I'm not there to solve the problem at all, but I can point them maybe to some company resources, or I can ask them how I can help at work. Or I can ask them, is there any scheduling that I can do to make it, better for them? Do they need less shifts right now? Then I go into reviewing what we talked about the last meeting. So any open-ended things. So I do take a picture of the notes. Oh, I didn't mention, I have a sheet. I'll put in the description box, and it helps them prepare for the one-on-one meeting. So when they come, they've already kind of jogged their thoughts. So that helps the meeting to go by faster. Anyways, I take a picture of the sheet from the last meeting. I have a file in my photos for each person. I can quickly review the notes that we took on the last meeting before this one starts. And that's number 2 on the agenda, is what did we talk about last time? And then I'll kind of get on to, how are they feeling about their productivity? How are they feeling about maybe new initiatives that we've rolled out? Is there any feedback that they have? How do they feel about their team? What's weighing on their mind? How can I better support them in their role? What are their kind of end game goals that they have? Things of that nature. And guess what? I have a tool for that too. So there's a 1-pager of open-ended questions. I'll put that in the description as well. So you have an agenda outline. You have some open-ended questions to help jog the conversation as needed as well. It's a great chance to thank them. It's a really great chance to thank them for all their hard work, for their contributions. At the end of the meeting, the goal is for these associates to feel seen, to feel heard, to feel valued, to feel like what they do matters. And this is a really great chance to do that. So some big challenges that you can run into. There's 2 main ones. One is talking too much. I used to write "be quiet" on the highlighter on the top of my page. Now I'm much better at it, but I struggle with not using this time to pontificate, to tell them about things that are coming down the line, to tell them about what I think about things. It's just, you get that time together and you just feel this urge to talk. So the number 1 biggest mistake is probably talking too much. The second mistake is canceling or rescheduling too frequently. It's going to happen from time to time that you need to move things around, and that's perfectly normal in retail. But when you do it too often, you're almost better not to do the meetings at all, because it sends a signal to the associate that they're not valuable, that your time with them is not important, and that's not true. So protect that time as much as you can, commit to that time as much as you can, really make room and space for that. So what do you think? Have you heard of these meetings before? Is it something you do or have done with your team? Maybe you used to and you want to get back into it. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Jordan, and I will see you next time.